You ready?
Yes.
You ready? You sure?
Yes.
We're recording.
I'm ready.
Hey, you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I caught it. I'm YouTube. Fix my hair. Famous now. Available in 2021, the album. Have you never done this with me before, have you?
First time.
Dad, AF. What's the song that we both could sing together? What's the song that you know?
There's a few. I don't know off the top of my head. The pressure's on.
What's an old classic rock song that you know?
I mean, the most obvious is Bohemian Rhapsody.
You're gonna have to get me started on that one.
Yeah, I know. My brain's not functioning well right now for that one. We Will Rock You. How about that?
We will
rock you. Rock you.
You were Freddie Mercury for Halloween, weren't you?
I thought about doing it, but I was not.
Well, you grew out the mustache and everything.
I wanted to be him until I had a mustache for a little bit.
And then you didn't want to be him anymore?
No, and then my mustache looked bad.
Why did you want to be Freddie Mercury?
It's not that I didn't want to be Freddie Mercury, I just want to invest all the money.
Just for a Halloween costume?
Yeah, just for a Halloween costume.
Okay, so let's get into this video. Today I have a very special guest with me. I have my brother-in-law with me today, which he goes by many different names, and I'll explain that in just a second. But I have done so many different videos with, my best friend has been on here, Alex, my husband has been on here numerous times, that's his brother. My cousin Caroline has been on here. Who else have I done videos with? I've done so many videos with so many people that are like in my family and stuff. Since my brother-in-law is visiting Indianapolis right now.
Have you done one with my mom?
I've not done one with your mom.
Could be the next
one.
one.
I can tell she wants to, though, because she was like, kind of like lurking around when I came in today. So yeah, I think that we should do that next. That would be fun. But so anyway, and I also want to do one with my dad as well. So since he is visiting from San Diego, I thought, I was here the other night and I said, should we do a video together? And he was like, yeah, sure. And so today, there wasn't a lot of drama going on, and so I texted him and I was like, hey, are you real busy today? He's like, no, this would be perfect, absolutely perfect. I honestly didn't think that you would want to do it.
No, I'm super game.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, and I was like, hey, listen, I was like, now, you know, people are going to stalk your social media and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, I don't really care or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Not the most exciting stuff going on.
So how old are you, first of all?
27.
Okay, so I was trying to figure this out on the way over here. So Alex and I will have been together 13 years in August. So you were 14 when I met you. I actually remember meeting you right over there at that counter.
Yeah, I was like half my age.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've known you half your life.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty cool, though.
It is,
I mean, I'm like such a cool addition to your life.
I think so. My life has only gotten better.
See? It's only gotten better since I've been in your life.
Exactly.
Okay, so you will be 28 in December.
Yep.
So you were 14 when I met you. And I can remember meeting you because you had like real long shaggy hair and you were a total skater kid and always had mismatched socks.
Yeah, I think I was like freshman in high school. I was 14, something like that.
Okay, so when we got married, you were going into your senior year in high school.
No, at 14? Oh, when you got married.
We got married.
That's right.
Because this will be our 10-year anniversary. Is this your 10-year high school reunion coming up?
2022.
2022. Okay, so next year will be. Yeah. So this year you were going into your senior year.
Yeah.
I remember your high school graduation too. You guys walked across the stage barefoot. And that was like for something, right?
Yeah, it was to raise awareness for something I have forgotten since.
Okay, so one thing that I absolutely love about my brother is that he is an activist, like all the way. He really believes in stuff, and it's probably one of the things that we have in common, that we really talk about like issues and stuff like that. So that being said, I do want to send out love and prayers to the people in South Africa and the people in Cuba right now. So I call him Fufu because that's what Alex called him, but Fufu and I always get into like real deep conversations about stuff. So, but here's the name situation. So your name is...
My name is Juan.
Juan.
Yeah.
Juan Carlos.
Juan Carlos. Okay.
And all of his friends, his girlfriend, and everybody calls him Juan.
Yeah, everybody.
Okay. The family calls him...
The family calls me Tato.
Tato. And that comes from...
It comes from an aunt of mine, not a blood aunt, but it's like a family friend. When I was born, super cute baby, she was just like, in Venezuela, it's like, obviously speaking Spanish, she was like, oh, look at the baby, like, and then for some reason, I don't know how, like, Tato was born from that.
Right.
It was like baby gibberish.
So, family calls him Tato.
Yeah.
Tio Tato. And then Alex had a friend in high school, or no, college, I think, who, like, they went by the nickname Fufu or something like that. So that's how he started calling you Fufu?
That would be a question for him. I don't know where that
That's the story.
I don't know where that came from.
So Alex and myself, and I think Alex's friend Sarah, I think we're the only three that call you Fufu.
Anybody that knew me through Alex calls me Fufu.
Okay, so it's so funny because his girlfriend's always like, it's so weird to hear you say Fufu. Because I'm always like, hey Fufu, what's up?
And it's weird to hear her say like that or Fufu. Like she's called me that a couple times, only here around you guys.
Yeah.
Then we should stop.
And then your mother-in-law, or not your mother-in-law, your mom.
Yeah.
What do your nephews call your mom?
Titi.
Which is my favorite.
Yeah.
So, I brought him a fan. So he's gonna, I said, do you want to do a fan? He was like, yeah, sure. Do you want to try?
Alright.
Okay, so you go. Well, now, what is the not it?
Oh, that was excellent.
Okay, so what you do is, you want me to show you or you want to?
Oh,
Oh, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Boost! But you can do that.
Yeah, first.
I mean, you're a natural.
Yeah, athlete.
You're a natural.
Alpha athlete.
You are an athlete. You were a skater and you surf now.
Snowboard.
Oh, like you guys are huge snowboarders. So like constantly his Instagram is filled with them going snowboarding.
Shout out Mammoth Mountain.
You guys are always like surfing, volleyballing on the beach. They have like the best life ever.
I actually also, fun fact, just got back into MMA. But like not like MMA, but
you did that in high school.
Yeah, high school and a little bit in college, and then now I'm back at it.
And you went to college where?
Ball State University.
And you want to shout out your fraternity?
Shout out alma mater, Sigma Chi, in Hoke.
All right, so let's get into the questions. So I put on Instagram, and I also asked on Twitter if you guys had any questions for us. So let's go to Twitter first.
Oh, you asked on Twitter too?
I did, just today. I said, filming a video with my brother-in-law who's visiting if anyone has any questions. So the first one is from Meg, and she said, honest first impression of Peter. Sorry if this has already been asked. It was asked by like 30 or 40 people. And Peter, what was your first impression of your brother-in-law? You go first.
First impression of Peter.
Do you even remember?
I was just gonna say, like, it's so hard because it was so long ago. I was like going into high school, but I just remember just being kind of like relieved a little bit because previous boyfriends and whatever were like big party guys. I'm just like, they seem fun and cool, but I don't know, like you seem cool, like you seem more.
You remember that?
A little bit. I think that was like, I don't remember like any specific thing, but more so just like a feeling I had.
So we started dating in August, but I met you before we went to a Halloween party. That was at their house across the street, your mom's friend.
I think so. I was going through pictures. My mom had like a bunch of pictures all over the house. Like
your mom has pictures?
Surprise, right?
His mom posts pictures, like 20 pictures a day.
Yeah, so before the digital age of photography, the analog age photography, she was the same way, and she's printed them out, going through them, and found, I think that same day, Halloween party, but I can't remember.
Because Alex was like, go up and dance with my mom. I was like, I just met your mom. He was like, go up and dance with her. But I think this is the one I made for your mom, right? So possible. I made this for Alex's mom a couple years for Christmas because she loves pictures so much. All right. My first impression of you was, well, my first impression of Alex's family was, I'm 12 years older than Alex. I'm coming into this whole situation. He had kind of briefly come out, but like, did he ever sit down with you and come out to you ever?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So I was like very conscious of like, okay, what are they going to think of me? And, you know, like, I want them to get to know who I am before they are like, what's going on here kind of thing. So that was kind of the first deal. Okay, Ashley asked if you have had a chance to live in Venezuela and remember any of the experience. If not, would you and Jesse want to try to visit? Also, do you have any plans to move anywhere other than San Diego?
So I kind of have had the chance to live in Venezuela, but it was more so like summer and winter vacations growing up, like in middle school and high school. And so that's like kind of living, I guess, there, but not like actual living like job and everything.
You were there the whole summer before we got married because you flew from Venezuela with Carlos
like
and Liliana
to Las Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, and so it was cool. I don't remember like having been born there or like raised there as an infant, but
You were 4 when you moved here, right?
3.
3?
Yeah, but I would love to go back. Obviously, it's not the best time, and Jesse and I talk about it not often, but like we romanticize about the idea of like going back there because I'm always talking so like highly of the culture, the people, the food, everything, and I only have like cool, fun memories. So I wish I could go back more often.
And do you have any plans to move anywhere else other than San Diego?
Not in the immediate future.
Okay, but if what?
So obviously, my girlfriend and I have been together for a long time, and so the conversation about starting a family, getting a home, and all that stuff is very often, is very occurring. So once that is actually in motion, we've considered moving somewhere. But Indiana because of our family and just because it's easier, cheaper, obviously, but it's not like the place that we have decided. And we still don't even know if we want to leave San Diego.
There's kind of this running joke that whenever Fufu comes to visit, that I'm always really annoying with asking, what's the question I always ask?
About marriage.
I always am like, are you guys getting married? Are we having kids? Because we're praying for daughters.
Yeah.
Which is going to happen because his girlfriend Jessie is one of 4 daughters, right?
Yeah, she got 3 sisters. But I've got 2 brothers.
Yeah, well, okay. And 2 nephews.
And 2 nephews. And I got mostly guy cousins. Except for Nina and Maya.
Oh, that's true.
Except for Nina and Maya.
Yeah.
And Yeti.
Your entire dad's side is all male cousins.
With the exception of like 1. But that's because, long story. But
yeah. Nina and Maya, I need to do videos with them as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, what is your brother-in-law's top 3 favorite things about you? Or his top 3 favorite things about Alex since he's met you? And this is from Elizabeth.
My top 3 favorite things about you?
Sure. I mean, you can list 20 if you need to. But yeah, no, stop.
Well, I feel like you have adapted well and are a fun person. Like you're definitely. You know what? Well, actually, something I do remember about you. Previous question. You were really timid at first. It's kind of intimidating coming into a brand new culture that you're not super familiar with. So I remember you being timid, but you've opened up, you've blossomed up, and so seeing you having like been more yourself, it's like I like that, and it's kind of funny because it's kind of funny because another thing I like about you is this may not be a good thing, but I like it like when you and Alex are together because like I just see like the full spectrum of like a loving relationship, like the lovey-dovey, like I love you so much, but like the bickering, like oh you sneezed in my direction, what the heck, and so just that range is just like I like just watching it in live action. Probably you out of any other family member has really seen it too, because we've so when you guys went to Tomorrow World in Tennessee, in Atlanta. So I didn't go. They went. Alex had tickets to go. We went down together, the 3 of us.
The 3 of us. And Alex slept the whole way home, and Fufu and I had like this very serious conversation. He's like, you always talk about God moments and God this, and like, what does that mean? And I remember we had, do you remember that?
Not really.
We listened to the Indigo Girls the whole way home. He allowed me to do that. Alex like turns that crap off real quick. But I just remember like that whole trip, like getting to see like all sides of us, because we like bickered, and that was also like pre us going to marriage counseling.
Yeah.
How much do we really in personal life preach marriage counseling?
They don't stop talking about it. They don't stop talking about it.
We're always like, you have got to go to marriage counseling before you get married.
They don't even say hello to us. And it's like marriage counseling.
No, but we're always like, go to marriage counseling before you get married.
Yes.
But we love Jessie so much. She's so fantastic. We cannot wait for her to be our sister-in-law. Mm-hmm. And maybe the next year. Okay. Someone asked, how does he feel about being a bigger YouTube... Oh, wait. Like, what do you think about me being, like, YouTube famous?
I think it's cool. I'm like... at times, I'm like, I can't believe... It's so wild, like, having known you for so long, and then, like, it kind of just happened so naturally and over time, and it's just like... You didn't decide one day, I'm going to be a YouTuber, it's just going to happen.
Right.
And so, I think it's
because
really
you knew me before.
Yeah, when you were a counselor, and, like, you had, like, your books and whatever, and so... I think it's cool. I mean, that's like the dream like a lot of people like my age and younger want. And so at least like when I was in high school, I was like in college, everyone was like, I want to be a YouTuber. Like that was like,
well, first of all, nobody in my family watches my videos. They ask that. They ask if you watch my videos.
I used to, but it doesn't relate to my interests.
Any channel, all 6 of them, none of them are of your interest. Okay, that's not actually my cousin Caroline. Her son David does watch my videos. So none of my family watches my videos. None of my immediate family, none of my in-laws. And so like when we get together, it's not like they're like, "Ooh, Peter the YouTube." It's never like that.
I actually just showed Mom one of your drama videos.
Yeah, she has watched my Peterisms videos.
Yeah,
she likes my Peterisms videos. Yeah. So that's not true. She does watch those. And she did the Magic book by Rhonda Byrne, and I got her a copy of that. But and not that I ever, thought that it would ever be like that. But it was funny because I do remember this. I think it was like the last time that you were here, or maybe like 6 months ago or something, you called me and you were like, somebody that I work with watches your vlogs and was like...
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna shout out Lindsay Franklin.
There you go, Lindsay Franklin.
Yeah.
And who is this right here?
Oh, this is the old lady of the house. This is Shadow. Say hi, Shadow. She's very talkative.
But you know that all cats are aliens, right? Do you believe that conspiracy?
I don't believe that conspiracy,
Foo-foo,
but I believe octopus are aliens.
No.
I do.
Cats.
I don't think cats.
How old is this cat?
17.
That's crazy.
I know. She's an old lady. But she's kicking and alive and energetic.
And doing great.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And every time we come over here, Alex has to take Benadryl because he's so allergic to the cats.
It's not the most...
The other day we were over here and Fufu was on the floor with I think it was right when they had gotten here, and Alex went upstairs and took medicine, and your mom said to him something about like the cat, and he goes, "It's not the cat, Mom, it's the house." Because the house, of course. And I'm allergic to cats, but only like when I see them, so now I'll probably start sneezing like crazy. Okay, is Peter your favorite in-law? Well, that's not fair, because Fufu only has 2 in-laws.
Yeah.
And so I'm your favorite male in-law.
Yes.
And Liliana is your favorite female in-law.
I don't like to pick favorites, but yes.
Yes. You don't like to pick favorites.
Not with people. It's too much drama.
Okay.
But hey, that's content for you.
Hey! Okay. Okay, Shocked Kitten wants to know what your favorite book is of all time that he's read and why, and if you're also reading now. We just had this conversation the other day.
You asked me that when we saw each other last. Favorite book of all time, I'm going to be very corny and say Dan Brown, Inferno. I'm not the most, I don't read a whole lot. I used to read a lot, but not anymore, and so like I don't have this profound list of books I've read. So it's a little corny just because like it's Dan Brown, but Inferno was really good.
So reading is obviously one of my love languages. I think people know that. So when I first met Fufu, you were really into do you remember this?
Yeah, the Percy Jackson books.
The Percy Jackson books by Rick Riordan. So I would bring him the books.
And also, there's a sci-fi series called The Vampire Apprentice, which is now a movie series, I think, with John C. Reilly. I've never watched the movies, but I was super into that as well.
Also, there was Cirque du Freak.
That's what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Cirque du Freak. Well, Cirque du Freak, like The Vampire Apprentice.
Because you would like tell me books you like that you were excited to read, and I would go get them and I would bring them. That was like my connection with Fufu. And then when his grandma moved here, his abuela from Venezuela, that Christmas, I went to Half Price Books and I like literally bought like every book in Spanish that she could read.
Oh wow!
But you might not have known that.
No, I don't think it's the first time.
No, our Christmases are Alex and I and whatever family is still here in Indianapolis on the phone with 9 other family members is typically, and you're not usually here for Christmas. No, that's not true.
I was here
last Christmas.
No,
2 Christmases ago.
2 Christmases ago.
Okay, see, all these people are wanting to know what it's like to have the most famous YouTuber of all time brother-in-law. I mean...
Well, to answer all those questions, it's cool.
Aww.
But it's weird, because, like, I don't see you, and I'm like, YouTube famous guy.
No.
I just see you, Peter.
I mean, I don't think people really get it, like, and I say this in my videos, that, like, I film my videos and I turn them off and I just kind of go on with my life. Like, It's not like I sit here and I'm like, so, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? And what do you think... Do you watch any YouTube people?
So from time to time, I've kind of shied away from YouTube, but I have a lot of people I follow.
Who'd you watch back in the day?
Casey Neistat was like my go-to
guy. We used to talk about Casey Neistat together.
Yeah, he was like really like him and like Dan Mace, but Dan Mace was more so like I only watched him because of Casey, but that was like the only like YouTuber I actually like watched. But there's like YouTube accounts that make cool content that I watch. There's this one. I don't know how to say its name. It's a crazy name. It's like called like Kurzgesagt, something like that. They just like make really cool animation videos that are informative, teach about general topics.
Because you're really into anime and stuff as well.
So it's not like anime, like cartoons. It's like an animated video. It's like an infographic.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you are really into anime.
Love it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, you were just talking about some show that you wanted to watch. Oh, no. You're new. Can I say about your tattoo?
I didn't get it, but yeah.
Okay, well, he was supposed to get a tattoo and that while he was here, but can you explain what it was?
Yeah, so there's a show, Demon Slayer. There's a guy on the show who wears a boar's head, and the premise is there's demons and people. There's a Demon Slayer corps. They use swords to kill them, and this one guy, over the top character, very funny guy, wears a boar's head, is dumb as a bag of rocks, but he's really funny, and I wanted to get him tattooed on my leg, and I didn't get it.
But you already have enough tattoos.
Enough? No, I do not.
What was your very first tattoo? It was Did you get this in Venezuela? It's not this one. You got this after you got back from Venezuela.
I got that on my 18th birthday. My very first tattoo I ever got. I was 17. My mom had to sign off on it because it was when my really close friend Andre passed away. When I was in high school, it was actually like the week after your wedding. And
I wasn't gonna bring this up. Do you want to talk about it?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
But that was my first tattoo. It was just like in memorial for him, like a memorial for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe for another video.
Can I preface why I was gonna bring it up?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was actually kind of a bonding moment, I think, for like Alex and Fufu and I, because he went to his wedding, our wedding, flew home, started school, and his friend had passed away that weekend. So it was like, and there was like 4 of them that were really close, and it was just a really cool thing. And him explaining to me why the tattoo was important and stuff was really cool. So,
yeah.
All right, let's go on to. But thank you for sharing that. Yeah, maybe some other time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So people want you. Do you know who Gabby Hanna is?
I know the name.
Well, how do you know the name?
Through you.
Oh. Well, I don't talk to her about you.
No, I know, but actually, so funny that because I showed my mom like a couple of your videos, like
What'd she think?
not all the way through. I mean, she was like, "Oh, Peter, like this is," and so in one or two of them, you mentioned like Gabby Hanna did this and da.
So Gabby Hanna is a self-proclaimed rock star.
Okay.
She's a YouTuber.
Uh-huh.
She's a poet.
Nice.
She's a. Did I say YouTuber?
Yeah.
She started on Vine.
Ah, okay.
Okay, she was one of the crossover
like a
people.
Logan Paul gal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you watch Logan Paul?
No, I actually did for a little bit of time.
What stopped you?
I just wasn't like super interested anymore.
This is the part where you can cuss. He was like, "Can I cuss in your video?"
No, I mean, I don't have anything like to cuss about necessarily, but I just didn't like. At first, I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." A guy similar to my age is doing like cool things, but then it just got too over the top, and I just didn't like the character he played in his vlog. So,
Oh, so you think it's a character?
whatever it is, I don't like it.
God, that's weird to think that Logan Paul. He's younger than you, though, probably.
Yeah, by a couple of years. He's like 25, I think.
That's crazy to think. Okay, so somebody asked. Oh, I thought they put it up here. Okay, so somebody asked. Let me say who really quick. They said, this is from Fat Say Jack, said, have him react to Gabby's weirdest TikToks, okay? Now, Gabby Hanna has, let's just say, she's been pretty problematic in the last couple months, okay? So I'm going to play this TikTok for you, and you're going to react to it, okay? So this is the TikTok that she sent to me, if TikTok will load. Okay, are you ready?
All right.
Okay. So I can't play the music, but
Okay, copyrights and stuff.
yeah. What do you think?
It's interesting to say the least. I don't know. I mean, without the video, without the sound, it takes away.
She's singing Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah.
Oh, really? Okay, well, good thing the volume was off. She's trying.
She's trying.
I mean,
If
she's
you were
making
gonna-
a career out of it. So.
If you were gonna give her a rating on a scale of 1 to 5, like, would you buy her music?
Absolutely not. No way. Who buys music anyways?
Well, okay, because you are on the whole, what is it, the Spotify
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I know. Okay. I actually have to tell you, so I'm going to call my husband out for a moment, and I'm going to tell you something that you don't know about.
Uh-oh.
Okay, a sweet moment. Because people are asking about, like, you and Alex and whatever. Where are we at on time on this video? Okay, so when we came to visit, oh, Alex is going to get so mad at me about this, but I think this is such a sweet thing. So when we went to go visit Fufu and Jesse in San Diego the last time that we were there, well, Alex has actually been out there since then, because when I went to Arizona, he came out to go to Crest. They're all into the music festivals and all of this, okay?
Fun.
Yeah, so... Fufu and Jesse took us to a really nice restaurant the last night when we were in, it was a part of San Diego that's like La Jolla. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we were driving home and there was this song that was playing, and hold on a second, it's by 1975. Do you know what song I'm talking about?
Maybe I want to say somebody to love.
No. It was your music.
Oh my goodness.
Here, I have it right here because I downloaded it. 1975, and it was Inside Your Mind.
Yeah, it's such a good song.
So I look over, and the song is playing, and my husband is crying. And, like, he is not an emotional person, except for since we went to marriage counseling, he's, like, started to get emotional. Do you remember this?
Briefly.
So when we got back to the hotel, I said, what was going on with you? He's like, just... And I was like, I'm going to get real teary-eyed saying this. And I said, Alex, what's going on? And he was like, Fufu's just turned into such a neat young man, and it's so cool to experience that. So we love getting to see you grow up and having, like, Fufu's not, I'm not a crier around all them. So but it's really cool to see you from 14, you know, to this age, you know, like, graduate. I mean, I've been to both your damn graduations.
That's true.
You haven't been to any of my graduations.
When have you graduated?
Well, I mean, you were not born yet, but...
Yeah, well...
And to hear about all your cool jobs, he and Jesse, they drove across the country, and they took, like, a 3-month trip, which turned into a 2-month trip, until, what, right?
It was
supposed to be 3 months.
It was supposed to be whatever amount of time until money ran out. And then it lasted 2 months.
But the idea was to find where they wanted to move to.
Yeah.
And
that's what happened.
And they camped in national parks, and they did such cool stuff. And we love Jessie so much. She's so awesome. And I don't know, just seeing you grow up is like, you know, somebody asking here something about, like, having, like, siblings that I never had. I never had siblings growing up. I'm an only child. I was lonely, you know, growing up. And it's just like, with he and Carlos and Liliana and now Jesse, it's like I've gotten to have siblings that I never had before, which is such a cool thing. So
yeah. Sometimes I joke around with Jesse saying, like, man, my family loves you more than they love me. Just because they do. Everybody loves Jesse.
Well, there might be some truth to that. I don't know. Okay, where are the questions?
I knew it.
No, that's not true, but we do love Jesse.
Are those the Instagram questions?
Here are the Instagram questions.
Oh my gosh. There's like 1,000 of them.
Uh-huh. Hold on a second. Maybe those are the wrong ones. Where?
You should have started some.
Shit. Oh, excuse me. 25 cents for the cuss jar.
Uh-oh.
We don't cuss on this channel. Okay, here, I just picked these. Do you love Peter as much as we do? Aww.
That's tough. I feel like you guys love him a lot.
Yeah, they do. So, get in line. Okay. I mean, a lot of these questions are for me. How was it growing up with Alex? Oh, that's a good question.
My gosh. This is so funny. This is such a funny question. When I explain to my friends or like Jesse or anybody that cares to know how it was like to growing up. So there was a big age gap, like 8-9 years from Alex and Carlos. And
from Alex and Carlos, there's 11 months.
Well, between Alex and Carlos, yeah, 11 months. But between them and me, I was like 8 years younger than Carlos, 9 years younger than Alex.
Right.
And so, growing up, you know, I was a little brother, so I was always getting beat up and bullied, as brothers do. Nothing like traumatizing, but Carlos, he was like the physically abusing type, like would beat me up, and Alex was like the mentally abusing
Not
type.
like seriously abused.
No.
Just to clear that up before all the haters come over.
Not bad. I came out fine. I have only love for him. It's all good. But growing up, it was funny because he was like, he was just like a kind of like the mean older brother. Well, they both were, to be honest. But and so Carlos, because he was like always beating me up, he was actually the motivation behind why I wanted to train in MMA. Because I'm like, I don't want to get beat up anymore.
He taught you how to box in the garage.
No, we were training to
box.
Yeah, training. I learned how to box by going to these classes.
Yeah, when you were in high school, he had a punching bag in the garage, and then when Carlos would come here, they would like box and stuff in the garage. There was a question I wanted to ask you. It's interesting I said that about the haters though, because I told Fufu. So And this was probably like 6 months or so ago, and going through, I was getting some hate comments about something, I don't know, on Twitter, and I usually never like pander to that. I just am like, whatever, if somebody hates me, I don't block. I typically don't block anybody or anything, but I was looking through like 2 different accounts of, like, people don't believe me if this stuff happens. I was looking through these 2 different like sock accounts of like haters, and I was going through, and they both followed you on Twitter, and I told them, just today, or yesterday, I said, yeah, like these haters of mine followed. It stopped. I didn't even know I was at the end. I should for my vlog. But anyways, like these 2 haters like were following you on Twitter. He was like, okay.
I didn't even know.
He was like, I could care less. So, all right. Let's see. What do you think of Alex and I's age gap?
I don't care.
Have you ever thought anything about it? Like, did you think like when you were younger that it was weird?
No. My mom, with my dad, they were like almost 10 years apart.
Oh, that's right.
Carlos and Liliana, they're like 10 years apart. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like you or whoever told me that the age gap existed, I was like, oh, okay. And then I moved
So
on.
you didn't even really recognize it at first. I mean, I looked different.
Well, the thing is, like, I did know. It was just like something that didn't matter to me. Like, it's just a thing. Like,
do you think I look different than I did when you first met? Shut up! Shut up! I was a lot thinner. I had no white beard. I had no white hair.
no beard either.
Yeah. People were asking like,
That's like saying, like, do I look any different when you met me? Of course I do.
yeah.
Of
I mean,
course.
you had like shaggy hair that hung in your face, and you'd always wear like hats that like stuck
I'm pretty
straight
sure I
up.
had braces too. I think.
You did have braces, yeah. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Oh, my favorite color is blue too.
Would you look at that?
Look at that. Do you like creamer in your coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, look who that's from. That's from your girlfriend.
Oh my gosh, can I talk about that?
Yeah, let's.
So, funny story. Jesse just got recently from Trader Joe's a creamer, cookies and cream creamer that we both really like. We've enjoyed it a lot, made a lot of coffee with it, and she's been doing this thing where she's like organizing everything, like putting things into jars, making it look nice and all that stuff. And she put the rest of the cookies and creamer in this ball jar and put it in the fridge. And at the same time, like the whole week leading up to that, she's been making this cold brew, or she bought cold brew and then she mixed it into, and then so I thought the whole jar
You did not drink the whole thing like it
of
was coffee.
cookies and cream was coffee, cold brew, so I drank it all in one sitting. And then Jessie, so she was gone for the weekend visiting her sister while I flew here. And so when she comes back, like the next day, she's like, "Hey, did you throw out that ice that goes in that jar?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Yeah, that was cookies and creamer." I'm like,
Did you get sick from drinking all
I
day?
drank that. No,
You didn't get sick?
no, I didn't get sick. I was just like, that makes a lot of sense because I was like, this tastes really, really sweet. But I just kept drinking
Was it good?
It was really good.
Do you know the brand?
It's Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
There you go, Jesse. There's his favorite kind of creamer.
Yeah.
Okay, people are like, you look so much like Alex. I don't think any of you look like Alex. What's so funny is to hear each of them. Like Alex, you know, he's very like OMG and whatever. And Alex explained it to me like the way that he learned English was through certain TV shows like Beverly Hills 90210 and whatever. Whereas your brother Carlos, who's like, yeah, like what's up, bro, yeah. Like he learned English through like Sylvester Stallone movies
And rap.
and rap. So yeah, it's funny to. I don't think any of you look alike.
I don't know. Sometimes I'll see a picture where my face is at a certain angle and the light hits me in a certain way, then I'm like, maybe, but no, I don't think so.
We were just talking about this the other day with your mom when we took her out for her birthday because we were saying, she said who you looked like as a baby. And I think she said your dad, that you looked the most like your dad.
Out of the three of us? Or like, oh, no way.
As a baby.
As a baby, okay. Perhaps.
What's your favorite new music?
Oh man, so I don't know what the genre is, but as of lately, I've been like into like kind of like funky, groovy music. Like Anderson .Paak is an example of an artist that makes that kind of music, but like he isn't. It's not like just like that kind of like hip hop funk music. There's like a lot of like EDM, like electronic funky music. So it's like that's kind of like been my new favorite. I have a whole playlist on Spotify if you want. I'll share it.
That's where they can stalk you. What is something that you've never done before that you want to do?
Skydive.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that. What's our favorite memory of each other? What is my favorite memory of you?
Man, I want to say, to be honest, I mean, like, I want to say one of my favorite memories, I think, was watching you two get married, to be honest.
Aww.
Just
You were in the wedding.
I was in the wedding. I gave a speech and all, and I was so nervous.
Were you nervous?
I mean, yeah, like I was a 17-year-old kid, like
You did a
presenting
fantastic job.
Yeah, I thought so. And so, yeah, it was just cool because it was a big moment, you know, like watching my brother get married to the love of his life when gay marriage wasn't legal at the time, and so seeing it happen. Also, like prefacing that, like Alex wasn't like a big marriage guy, and so seeing him change that and like watching it happen, I was like, this is a cool moment.
Yeah, it was cool. And then your mom, I don't know if you know this, but your mom whispered in my ear when she hugged me afterwards. Do you know this?
I feel like
She
told
said,
me
thank
this.
you for my son. And
Yeah.
she said, and now you're my son too. And his mom did this thing at our wedding, and she talked about, you translated it, so I don't know, it was about these 4 ropes, these 3 ropes. And so each son represented like a string in the rope, and the rope of the family got tighter each time a new string came in. And then she said, and then I was the 4th string.
Yeah.
We had like a very emotional wedding. We're an emotional family.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
We wear our hearts on our sleeves.
Christmas starts at midnight. You're up till 6 o'clock in the morning, partying, crying, laughing, dancing. Not you. Fufu goes to bed at like 10 o'clock. He's like the least partying of all of them. He like just goes upstairs and goes to bed. At,
That's
like,
not true.
Yes, like we'll be sitting here like partying and stuff, and like all this. Well, I mean, I don't.
It's not 10 o'clock. It's like
All of a sudden I'll be like, where's Fufu?
10:05.
I have to tell you, one of my favorite memories, this is so funny, because I didn't get it at the time, because my family's Christmases was like, you show up, you have like, you know, cocktail hour for half an hour, and then you eat in 20 minutes, clear up the dishes, have dessert, open presents, and then you're done in an hour and a half, right? And that's not how it is with their family. Their family is like literally like 6 hours or something like that. And I remember the first Christmas that we came over here, Christmas Day, which for them, like we do Christmas, like all of the Christmas with Alex's side of the family is on Christmas Eve. Like there's not really anything they do on Christmas Day because we open presents on Christmas Eve.
We sleep.
We sleep on Christmas Day and have leftovers. And so I remember we came over here and I thought we were just like popping in to say hi and whatever. It was us after my cousin's house. And so we had been here for like 3 or 4 hours. And I said, okay, I'm like ready to go. And Alex goes, okay, well, we're going to go watch a movie. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, we're going upstairs to watch a movie. And I remember that you guys went upstairs in your old bedroom, and you and Maya and Alex started watching, it's the movie, and I've been, like, I meant to watch this movie so many times, because I did end up leaving, because I was like, I am so tired, like, and somebody has to take the dogs out.
I forgot.
It was it's Hell something.
Was it Hellboy?
Hellboy, yes. And you guys like just sat down there with your treats and candy and everything and started watching it, and I was like, and that's what they did. They watched like 3 movies, and then I came back over here later that night after I let the dogs out and stuff like that. I don't know why that's one of my favorite memories. San Diego, visiting you in San Diego was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, that was really cool actually, having you guys around.
Yeah, it was really fun. And the last night that we were there, just watching Friends episodes in your apartment. I'm not a Friends fan, and we were just sitting around like the 4 of us watching Friends. Like that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah. It's always like such a an ordeal when people are like, hey, we're gonna visit San Diego for the first time, because then it's like, I just feel like as a host we have to plan it out and all this stuff. And so when it gets to that moment where it's like everything's like winding down, like you guys are about to leave, we're just chilling.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had siblings. I've never had a family like this. So to just kind of hang out and be like the other night when we were over here, and I was just like asking, he was doing dishes in the kitchen, and I'm sitting there talking to him about just random stuff, and that was like really fun. So, okay, let's ask one more question, and then we will end this. We're actually going to be doing a TikTok too, if you still want to do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We're going to recreate the 2-ingredient Oreo cake. So I'm doing food hacks on my review channel. Okay, let me ask you.
There's a lot of good questions here. I feel like it's like, how do you even address these?
Okay, what is your guys' favorite family tradition?
Oh man, so I was actually just talking to Jesse about this. I think my favorite family tradition, it's not even, so I wouldn't say it's a family tradition, it's more like a cultural tradition, like being Venezuelan. We don't do it here because it's not culturally appropriate. But what it is, it's like basically all month of December to celebrate Christmas. It's like a whole month-long celebration in Venezuela for Venezuelans, and like every night there's fireworks, bow, 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 every single night. And like growing up as a little kid at my grandma's house in Venezuela, that's what we would do it for like nights in a row, and that was I love that. And so obviously you can't really do that here in the United States during the month of December because it's just not okay. So like 4th of July is like kind of like that, but it's only like one night. But that's not family tradition. That's more like just a tradition for Venezuelans. Family tradition, man, I don't know. I would say just like hanging around.
You did go to, real quick, you did go to Venezuela one Christmas a couple years ago.
Oh no, that was a long time ago. It was like 8 years ago.
With your mom and your stepdad at the time.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
It was like 8 years ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see like that then, the fireworks and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I loved it. The smell of fireworks is like, it holds a special place in my heart. I don't know why, it's just so sentimental. But I don't know, like, family tradition is just like the night or the morning after like a big event. It's just like everyone just kind of like, even if they leave, everyone kind of comes back and we just like make food and hang out and like basically like reminisce on the night before and just like hang out and eat.
Yeah, I have learned it is nothing just to, on one of these couches, fall asleep. Like, and the party goes on, and they just let you sleep, and then when you wake up, you wake up.
Yeah, and then you can just join the party.
I think my favorite family tradition of your family is the incessant dancing that goes on. Incessant is probably not the right word, but like even from like the little kids all the way up through, I know it's flashing. We're almost done, hold on. I know the battery light is flashing. It's like you've gone on too long. But just the dancing. There's always dancing. Like, you know, like Fufu and Alex will do like, well, you guys do like the TikTok things and whatever.
From time to time, we dabble.
Yeah. And then like, you know, like little Carlitos will dance and people, you know, and his mom and Carlos will like, you know, salsa in the kitchen, or they're all salsa in the kitchen. It's just like, I love that. And there's always loud music playing and it's just a lot of fun. So yeah. Well, thank you for doing this video with me.
Yeah, it was cool.
I appreciate it.
It went by so fast too.
You know who else I need to get from the family to do a video with?
Who? My mom?
No, my new sister-in-law.
Oh,
Jessie.
Yeah, I know.
This would be a perfect time. You could propose to her on film.
that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. I almost said weird, but I didn't want to say that.
No, it would be kind of weird, but anyway. Yeah. One of these days, I can't wait to be one of the first phone calls.
I would be interested to see. I would be interested to see how that goes because she gets a little shy around. Like,
Will she get mad that I just said that?
No, not at all. She'll probably laugh.
Okay.
And so I'd be interested to see how that goes.
Don't do it right now.
What?
Were you gonna do it?
Do what?
What were you gonna say? Go ahead.
No. If you're talking about engagement or anything, no. I was just thinking having her in this video.
Oh yes, I would love to have her in this video. Yes, I would love to have her in this video. Yeah. That would have made such a great title. Oh God, that would have been so good.
Just for you, Peter.
Just for me.
Just to get those views up.
I don't care about all that, but the title, you know. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you for doing this.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. All right. So anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Peace.